So before this video starts, I wanted to mention that 72% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. Also abonniere jetzt, damit du in der Zukunft kein Video mehr von mir verpasst. Thank you. What do you need help with?
Honestly, just like I want to start like getting into PvP, like seriously.
PvP. Okay.
Yeah.
So what PvP content, like point war, knockout, RTA, holo battles, everything or something?
Mainly point war, maybe knockout, because RTA hasn't been back in a while. So maybe if I understand point war better and knockout better, I'll be able to better RTA as well.
Okay, I think for the beginning we will focus on point war. Because as
Yeah.
soon as you get a better understanding of point war, you have an idea of knockout. Because there are like two teams running, right? Point war 13, yeah. So you're basically, your first goal should be getting into point war 16, 17. That should be your goal. Point war 18 isn't really a thing for you at the beginning.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think max is like 13 or something.
Okay. See what you're running for offense. So I already see your first issue here. Your first
Yeah.
issue is that you're running double AP push in this HP boost fucking shitty ass meta. So
Yeah.
that
So with this team, I've been like really selective of who I fight.
okay.
Like I just yeah. It takes me a while to get a match,
Okay.
as you
So
can probably tell.
so we will start with what you should run, okay?
Yeah.
And we will start by, you know what? We will, because you have the units for it. You actually have the units for it. We will make a cleave team for you, okay? And that's what you will run with, cleave team. And what we're doing is izanami will be definitely your speed leader if you need the speed lead. The Unas always
Mhm.
put, by the way, you Unas, you always, the AP pusher, you want to put on the second slot. Second slot is always the AP pusher thing. Because people don't know this, but for example, this other guy here runs a Dahlia, right?
Mhm.
If, for example, both of your units have the exact same speed, and your Unas is, let's say, on the rightmost spot, and this one is on this fourth spot, right? And you have the exact
Yeah.
same speed, that Dahlia will move before your Unas. Because
Oh
she's one
really?
slot.
Just
Yes,
oh wow, I didn't
because
know that.
she's one slot to the left. So your AP pusher is always in the slot here. Always. Don't put it
And
anywhere else beside the second slot. The second slot is always your AP pusher slot. Then we will remove Clara from your team. And I feel like, because usually it really depends on relic quality, right? You could run Zora for the extra damage because you have R2. But I think you don't have the relic quality to do that. So we are not going to use Zora, and
yeah.
instead we will use Raven.
Okay.
And we will remove leora from your team, and we will use Gaius. Okay? Not leora, but Gaius. And that slot here is your floater slots. Like, if you think, like, if you feel like you have to encounter a how you call it, like a speed battle. If you encounter a
Mhm.
speed battle, then you bring your izanami slot 1, Uno slot 2, and then the rest, okay? But if
Yeah.
there's a tank team, you don't want to use the speed lead, so we remove the izanami from your team, okay? Then we put Gaius into your attacker slot, and we will add, what do you have here? We will add Leora in here. Because you also don't have a Brewster or something, but I also like to use that stuff. So that's what you would ideally run. Now he has 207 speed. Let's see if 207 is... So we attack this guy here. With this setup again. And let's check the values now. If the Gaius is now fast enough. 70%, perfect. Perfect, that's what we wanted, 70% AP. Because now we can 100% guarantee for when Unas buffs that the Gaius follows up, because he has 70, so he gets pushed to 100%. Because he doesn't have a, like, it's not like, if she was, for example, at 99% AP, she would still be at 99% AP. And for example, if the guys wouldn't have been at 70%, now he's at 100, there could be the possibility that, for example, if the Clara was almost as fast as the Unas, that like those 3 units on the left move, but the guys doesn't follow up. Because then the Clara cuts and like cleanses everything, heals up and pushes the whole team. That's something we don't want to happen, right? That's fine. Then we do this. And we won. What we can also do is, now that we actually have the setup that it works, but if he's scared, we want to build a different unit as well. So what we're going to do now is build his TA to ensure, in case for Ashley's, if we're fighting Ashley's, that's why we want to build a TA. And let's hope we outspeed this guy. Uh-oh. That's sucky. That's very bad for us. But now, the only good thing is we can strip. We still survived. We can still win. No, we cannot win anymore. So, let's try again. Let's try again. Now we finally outspeed, right? So this is a case where if we look at the HP bar, we see we move first, then the enemy tier moves, then our tier moves, then the Raven moves, right? So we push up everyone to 100%. We can't do anything, and our tier moves. We are still fine with our attack order, but we really don't want the Dahlia to move next, so we S3. And then we defense break. Buff up. And then the Gaius attacks. And the only thing that survived was the Dahlia, which is fine. We still won. We still won the fight. Now let's say we fight something tanky, like this guy here, for example. Looks kinda tanky, right? So what we wanna do in this case is we wanna add the Leora. And I hope it works. So in theory, she should move before Gaius just because she has higher base speed. And let's hope that just... And we buy tickets. And let's hope it works the way I'm thinking about that it does. So we are moving first. So we look at the attack order. We see, okay, the Ashley is moving after the Gaius. That is not what we want to happen. So we have to make adjustments after that. So we're also not using the S3 now. We're just landing Sears and buff up. Usually the JJ should have been dead by that. Okay. Now we use the S3. So that's something very shitty, just because we couldn't do the guys hit. We're probably not gonna win this fight. But we know where the issue was, right? And that was that the... So we buff up, we're trying to get a turn and get rid of the JJ. I don't think we can win, but we will see. I don't think so, just because of the height. That was good. Then we attack the Ahmed. We buff up. And then we S3 again. Sadly no crit. We try to death break. No defense break. S1. S1. Okay. Nope. That doesn't work just because the Ashley is just slower than the Gaius, right? So we have to make the adjustment, and the adjustment in that sense is we want to upgrade the speed. +3 is already fine enough. So we do the exact same thing again, right? Exact same thing. This time we got a defense break on, yeah, of course, Avatara. The fucking Avatara. Seriously. But this time we got rid of the Ahmed, which is also good. But we got rid of everything now, that's even better now. Except for the height, and we also proc the second life. So we are already in a better scenario than the fight before. And see, we won. Because it was a little bit of RNG involved. Just because of height is just with Avatara, it's an RNG fuckfest. This guy, for example, because he does not run an Ashley, what we can do this time here is we don't need the TA to ensure that we are going first, but we want to use the izanami. Because he doesn't have that, like his units aren't that fast. So Tia is a good pick if there's like an Ashley. But if there's no Ashley, he can just use the izanami for more damage. Now we do that, we outsped, now we land the defense break, hopefully, which is fine, we landed on everyone. S3. Now izanami does her thing. Boom, 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 boom. We do S2. And now we wanna S2. Okay, that one is super fucking shitty for us now. So this is very bad RNG now. But actually, it's maybe because the guys didn't move, we have a chance. Right? We might have a chance. Yeah, and we won. So I thought actually that the guys moves before we do anything, but it seemed like that the guys didn't even get a turn. So for this guy, for example, I actually wanna change something here for this, because this is a situation where I feel like we need to make the right adjustments. So what we want to do here is we change the loadout. So let's look at the Raven again, right? 104 plus 149. We make the Raven now faster and the TA slower. So we make some adjustments here, okay? We want to make sure in this case for iSUMMON that his Raven moves before his TA. Because I feel like he has relic issues right now, which he cannot compensate in the moment. So this is fine. So we look at the speed values, 288, 295, which is fine. Because usually you want to have the TA faster. But I have a high feeling that the Clara, like even if the Unas is faster than the Clara, I have a feeling that the Clara will cut in between, like will move before the TA because the TA is not fast enough, and immunity buff the whole team, right? Or even the Unas. And to make sure that TA works, we needed to make the Raven now faster than the TA. So this is a very shitty situation because the Unas wasn't pushed. So we will lose this fight. Even now that we are pushing, we lose this. Is that the Unas pushes forward, which happened here right now, right? But what needs to happen here now is that our Raven removes the immunity and lands the defense break, which is very important here. Now this time, now this is good. This is very good now for us. We push them back to secure that we are moving and we can still win. So I'm not going to S2 now because there could be a chance of us not landing our shit, but we want to deal damage. And now we land the defense break. This is still winnable. This is still winnable. So now we focus the Gaius. And see, this time we got better RNG. And because we got better RNG, in the sense, we win this fight. So my point here is that fighting this defense, or this guy in specifically, it wasn't a fight which we cannot win, but we can actually win. Right? But the RNG didn't work in our favor. So we were able to win this. So for this guy here, this is just a speed battle. This is just a speed battle. We don't really need the... so we buy another. I think iSUMMON will not mind because I'm trying to explain what he needs to do. We use the izanami because he doesn't have an Ashley. So this fight is basically decided by who's faster. And we are fast and we win. We win just because we're faster. Now we want to land the defense break. And we just do our thing. And we won. We didn't need the TA in that sense. And I think you got the understanding in comparison to the fight before where we used TA versus the fight where we don't use the TA. So for this guy, what we are trying to achieve here is he has a lot of heavy, like we're trying two things here, but it's testing. So we want to use Leo. And we're betting on the fact that our Unis is faster than the enemy Clara. If not, we are in trouble. Okay, we are faster. A lot. We wanna land the defense break. Boom. Which we didn't do very well. Now the guys moves. Does his thing. And now we target the JJ with the Leo. And we won. Hyde is dead. And the JJ is dead to 2 threats. Yes, he still has some sort of control, but I don't think that he has enough firepower to deal with our team. So we're trying to get rid of the Gabby first because she does more damage. Now we defense break, or try at least. Okay, we got the defense break, and there we won. But it really doesn't matter against this guy. It really doesn't matter too much. Yeah, and that's what I mean by it doesn't really matter too much, because we got outsped very hard. And we are not gonna win this guy. We're not gonna win this guy. So, especially if you don't run light sets, it's hard to win against these teams. Especially like because that Dahlia outspeeded us, right? He really needs to farm Kronos, because that Unis is just too slow. Plus 198. That doesn't cut it. He needs at least 10 more speed. The absolute minimum 10 more speed to push a little bit further. So we have 2 more guys here, which we want to see like if we can actually outspeed. So we need to be pushed forward, which happened. Now we push forward. And now we see that the Clara moves. So this is now a very interesting situation here. And that is why we made Raven faster than TA. And why we brought here. That this is now a situation where I can 100% showcase why you want to bring TA into this fight. You see the turn order. Raven moves, then TA moves, then the Clara moves, then our guys moves, enemy Ashley moves, our Ashley moves. Let's look at the speed values. 99%. Guys, 100%. So what we're trying to do is we use the S3 now. Try to get rid of the immunity. Land defense breaks. Perfectly fine right now. Now, from the turn order you see, the Clara moves next. And then afterwards the guys basically, and there's stuff happening. But nonetheless, guys and then Ashley. But now what should happen now after using the S3 is, so she got pushed forward, is fine. But now we push the Clara back, which was important, so she doesn't cleanse the death breaks. And our Ashley now moves before the guys, so we can attack buff. And now we can S3 and do the God King. And we won. And we won this fight now because we brought Tia in it. If we would have brought Izanami, we wouldn't have won this fight. Because we weren't able to, like with Izanami, we aren't able to AP manipulate. So against an Ashe, you want to bring the TA. Against this guy, for example, we don't need TA. We can bring izanami to add more damage. Even though we don't really need it, but nonetheless we will still use her just because we can, right? And we outspeed, and because we outspeed, we win by default. You do our thing. So TA for us isn't really needed because there's no AP manipulation, which can be... So this thing can be annoying. The speed buff here. The speed buff now can actually fuck us. But we pushed him back with our Ashley. So we are safe. Also, I have no idea why... Oh, she's on Avatara, used her S1 and pushed herself. That's why. So, if you want to know why the Sienna moved, is because after we did our attack, this enemy Sienna is on Avatara. She decided to proc Avatara, used her S1, 20% AP pushed herself, and that's why she got the turn to S3, S2. There's also one thing I didn't pay attention to, and that's his ability mode, like his skill ups. I want to check this one after this. Because that's also very important. Let's look at his Espers, his guys real quick. So his guys is max skilled, this is fine. His Ashley is something I want to look at. His Ashley has 0 skill ups. I don't like that his Ashley has no skill ups, by the way. So let me see, he only has 4. He really wanna max his Ashley. iSUMMON, you wanna put abilimons into your Ashley. Put abilimons in her. Also for relic farming purposes and stuff like that, put abilimons into your Ashley. Do that. She 100% has no. Okay, that's fine. Has Leo. Leo's max skilled. Okay, that's fine. Is he max skilled? You also wanna kinda... I mean, okay, it's fine. She doesn't need it. Then what other unit did we use? The Raven, right? Does Raven even need skill ups though? Damage. She doesn't really need it. She doesn't really need it. But yeah, you definitely wanna put skill ups into your Ashley. RNG, just because she didn't land her defense break on all of them. And she kind of fucked us over. Because she killed the Leo, and the Leo was kind of important to deal with the hide. But that's all I wanted to showcase for on iSUMMON. So, and for your defense, since we changed things. For you want to use TA and Leo. This will be your defense for now. That's the best thing you can do. Not izanami, because as I showcased you with Ashley's, so he has a way to play around with things, right? Oh, actually no, wait. You need to make an adjustment. Sorry, you need to make an adjustment. So, he kinda needs the damage though. No, but he needs the Raven. Actually, it would be best if he had like a Raven on a Zeus set. I feel like that would be even better. I didn't check his Zeus sets, but I feel like since he says he's lacking speed, might be hard for him to get the speed on a Zeus set. But yeah, that's what we so that's what we did. We helped now iSUMMON. Tldr iSUMMON, what you need to do is focus on farming Chronos, farm gold, get more speed on your pusher, make your DPS speedier, more power, and then you can go even further. So we went from point 13 to 14, And I'm 100% sure we can easily go to 15, maybe to 16, maybe, if we really are picky about our fights. But what he really needs is more speed, overall speed on his units. That's what he needs, overall speed on his units. So a lot of Chronos farming. Get your wind relics and your war relics and farm a shit ton Chronos. Don't farm anything else, focus just Chronos and you will get there.